already guaranteed to be in at least 5th place, so the very worst for him. He'll be coming back for Group 6 tomorrow. Everything else, semi-finalists, who's going to be relegated, i.e. out of the tournament, it's all up for grabs. So it's a pressure-free zone for Judd Trump. Apart from the fact that each frame won rewards him with £100. On our other stream, by the way, over on Table 1, Mark Johnston Allen is commentating over there on a really crunch match between Stuart Bingham and Sean Murphy. By the way, if you're watching a little earlier when Kyron Wilson beat Ryan Day, in the last frame there, Wilson made an 82 break, had a chance for a 1-4-1 total clearance. Oh, what a fluke. What a fluke that was. Yes, just to go back on the Kyron Wilson break, I said at the time if he took the last 4 reds with 4 blacks and all the colours, he would make a 1-4-1, which was true. I did actually say that would be the highest break of the group. What I didn't know was over on Table 1, just a little earlier, Mark Williams had made the highest break of the group, 1-4-2. So the Welshman in line for a £500 bonus. So the first scoring chance of the first frame falls to Ryan Day.
One.
Unbelievably, how time flies. This is the 10th edition of Championship League Snooker. The inaugural event was played in 2008, won by Joe Perry. And in the first 9 years of this tournament's existence, the venue was Crondon Park Golf Club. We played there in the Baronial Hall. 2 tables, back to back, not separated in any way. Little different here. There's 2 separate arenas, and so sometimes catching up with what's occurred on the other table when you're commentating is problematic.
10.
Not that Day or Trump need to know what's going on Table 1.
11.
In terms of making the playoffs, as I said, Trump's all right already. Day's well aware that a victory in this match and he'd be semi-final bound as well. Won't be happy with that contact. The cue ball seemed to skid as opposed to draw back. So rather than be relatively straight on this red, stretching a little.
18. $24. $25.
He's a classy operator, Ryan Day. And scoring heavily in among the balls, always been his forte.
31.
Yesterday, as this group began, started off slowly, lost 3-0 to Stuart Bingham in his opening contest. But then he beat Mark Williams 3-2,
38.
making breaks of 90, 57, and in the decider, 117. That after being 2-1 down.
39.
And last night, in back-to-back matches on this table, table 2, he was superb. Put together runs of 81, 120 and 85 in beating Sean Murphy 3-1. And then breaks of 70 and 137 in whitewashing Liang 3-0.
$45.
So the break to 45, if it's going to continue, it all depends whether Day can just squeeze the cue ball past the red it's closest to. It was an impossibility, and so quite rightly, quite sensibly, up into the tall grass. Now the age-old dilemma. Attack or defend? Well, these days, with this kind of shot, overwhelmingly players attack.
$1.
But that was a kick, no doubt. Yellow straightened.
$1.
It's an absolute treat watching Judd Trump. The way he strikes the cue ball, the way he plays the game.
$7.
You know, he's trying to win Championship League snooker for an unprecedented 4th time. Prevailed in the 2nd edition in 2009. Also won in 2014. And he's the defending champion.
18. $19.
The little bounce off the side cushion, not what he wanted.
25.
Might have to play this one right-handed.
Foul.
Well, it's unlucky.
The trump 25, Rindy 4.
He's pretty good right-handed, Trump. He's not as good right-handed as O'Sullivan is left, but it's a useful weapon to have. And particularly where the colours are situated, Trump's still very much in the frame. If you're regular watchers of snooker, I think you'll appreciate that this table is running very nicely. Quite slick.
1.
Reactive. A fact emphasised by the amount of large breaks. That's the opening red.
4. 6.
And it could be a very important one.
9.
Because Trump is in to steal this. He needs the last 4 colours.
13. 18. 24.
Won't even have to play this with the rest. Being left-handed. That was easy peasy. Really nice clearance from Judd Trump. And with that, he snatches the opening frame to take a 1-0 lead. Now, as you know, one of our colleagues in the commentary box here on Championship League Snooker is a friend of ours, Michael McMullen. And Michael's knowledge of the game is absolutely fantastic. He also does a lot of research for these events, and he's invaluable to have around. Now, one of the things he's uncovered is the fact that Trump is trying to join Select Company here this afternoon. Over the course of the Championship League, only 5 players, you know, have won all 6 of their matches in any one particular group. Mark Selby, who's done it 3 times, Mark Allen, Stephen McCompany. There's his Championship League best, as you can see, 2009, 2014 and 2016. And if he were to defend the
50
title,
second frame.
one of the perks would
Judd
be
Trump to boot.
a place in the champion of champions here at the Ricoh Arena in November. I'll tell you what, he'd be a welcome addition to that field. Not qualified as of yet. Losing out in a deciding frame in the Welsh Open final to Stuart Bingham.
One. Judd Trump, 1.
Well, that kind of pot, never easy. Even for a potter as accurate as Trump.
1.
It's going to be a big week or two
8.
for Ryan Day coming up. On the one-year ranking list, he currently lies 16th.
Nine.
And at the end of the Gibraltar Open, taking place the weekend after next, the top 16 on that one-year list will compete in the Players' Championship.
15.
So he's right on the cusp. Needs a few good results at the shootout and then down there on the rock in Gibraltar, and he'll be okay. And it's a massive incentive to be in the Players' Championship, apart from the fact you're gunning for a first prize of £125,000. First round losers get £10,000, which equates to 10,000 world ranking points.
$24.
Pressure shot this. Lovely pot. Friendly kiss. From here,
29.
Day should make plenty. Yes, just going back to that Players' Championship in Llandudno. Only 16 players there. So the other 112 members of Snooker's World Tour will be inactive,
35.
earning no points whatsoever.
36.
So for the guys who do make the trip to North Wales, What a bonus. Now, Ryan Day didn't qualify for the forthcoming China Open in Beijing. So, if he wants to get into the top 16 at the end of the China Open, and therefore
44.
avoid qualifying for the Crucible, I think it's a prerequisite that he gets into the Players' Championship field. In this tournament, though, of course, he's free from ranking point pressures.
$49. 50.
Now, not where he wanted it. Cue ball
57.
and comfortably close to the side cushion.
$58.
And still not quite over the line. 57 ahead, but 67 on the table. And with only one red semi-awkward, the one close to the left-hand side cushion, Day needs to be careful.
Oh, thanks. Ryan Day, 58.
Well, the 58 break has put Day in a powerful position, but not in a winning position. Well, Day will be pleased for two reasons there. One, to see the red go astray, and also to see another red close to a cushion.
One.
Still needs a colour to leave trump requiring a snooker.
Ryan Day, 1.
So tantalisingly for Day, he's 58 ahead, 59 on. Had trump potted 4 reds, 4 blacks and all the colours, he would have nicked it by a single point. But now Day will equalise.
Eight. Nine. Ryan Day, 9. And the frame.
As expected, Judd Trump remains in his chair. And so the frame is over. A little bit of confusion there, but don't know what about. So it's 1-1, all to play for.
I thought you nodded.
No, it's just one of the knocks he played so.
Oh, right.
Leo Scullion from Scotland is the referee, and it's great to see him back on the tour again. He's had quite a few health issues in recent times. Now though, back with the white gloves on, doing what he loves best. He actually officiated in the Scottish Open final up in Glasgow just before Christmas, the one in which Marco Fu defeated John Higgins. And Higgins afterwards said it's great to see Leo back involved. He said this actually to the crowd up there in defeat. I thought it was a really classy move from Higgins, and I know it meant a lot to Leo himself. Really good referee and a good bloke as well.
Thanks. The third frame, Ryan Day to break.
I told you that over on table one, the Stuart Bingham-Sean Murphy match had quite a lot of importance riding on it, and I think that's underlined by the fact that the first frame there is still underway.
One.
This one much swifter. What a beautiful pot that was.
8.
So easy to undercut that kind of pot. Trump, his place in the semi-finals assured. Took the risk.
9.
And now he could be about to reap the rewards.
$60. $70.
Well, a couple of positional shots already suggest he's targeting in 147. With the red close to the middle pocket but tight on the right-hand side cushion.
24.
And the green pretty much welded to the blue. It won't be easy, but it's clear he's giving it a go.
$32. $33.
We've already seen a 147 in this year's event. Deciding frame
40.
of the final of Group 3. Made one to beat Neil Robertson 3-2.
41. 48. $49.
Superb from Trump.
56. $57.
Well, so far so good. Plenty of options still there.
$64. 65. $72. 73. $80.
Keep it going.
51.
Keep it going.
$88.
Of course, a 147 for Trump isn't uncharted territory.
89.
He's made countless maximums in practice. And a couple in professional events. And he's still on for it. Not happy with the previous positional shot off red to black.
96.
But the position is recovered.
97.
Now, though, the fun starts.
104.
Tried to remove the red and just missed it. A little kiss there would have been absolutely perfect. But he's got an angle on the black. Thinking about possibly playing for the double. Oh, what a shame. What a shame.
105.
I said right at the start of the break that the red on the right-hand side cushion and indeed the green and the blue being close together might be the potential pitfall, and it was the former, so it proved. Never mind, though. Great stuff from Judd Trump. A break of 105, I think it was in the end. And so, although disappointed, it's only a mild disappointment because he's taken a 2-1 lead over Ryan Day. There's Ryan Day, involved in this year's Championship League right from Group 1. And he was saying during his run to the final of the recent World Grand Prix that playing so many best-of-5s has really sharpened him up. And he was thanking this tournament and his deep involvement in it for the fact he'd played so well up in Preston at the Guildhall on the way to that final. Coming up to his 37th birthday. He's from Pontycumber in Wales,
Judd Trump
a professional now for 18 years. Just looking at Trump's history of 147s. He made one against Mark Selby in 2013 at the Antwerp Open in Belgium. And he also made a 147 against Selby, funnily enough, in the German Masters quarterfinals 2 years ago.
One.
Just one footnote on 147s. The standard these days is so good. Already this season, we've seen more 147s compiled in professional competition than the total compiled in pro competition throughout the entire 1980s.
7.
So the number made in this campaign has outstripped the number made in an entire decade. Well, no 147 on here, but a very sizable break is there for the taking.
$15. $18. 19. 24. 25.
Now that position was not as intended, but
31.
if you can squeeze through for the red just to the right and behind the pink, which he can,
42.
still very much in prime scoring position.
$38. 39.
He scored nicely in this group as Trump. Breaks of 57 and 92 in his 3-2 win over
45.
Stuart Bingham yesterday morning.
46.
In beating Liang Wenbo 3-2. He made breaks of 65, 131, 70 and 53. And last night he highlighted
52.
a 3-0 win over Kyron Wilson with a break of 106.
53.
This morning, here on table 2, he was 2-0 down against Sean Murphy, 1-3-2, helped by breaks of 93 and 76. And now trying to follow
59.
a century in the previous frame with another to clinch this match.
60.
Very swiftly, almost across the winning line. Just the pink and one more red needed.
$66.
As I said, a pleasure to commentate on.
67.
But rarely do you qualify for overtime.
$74. 75. 20.
Ryan Day just sitting there for the last couple of frames.
83.
Trump stole the opener with a last red to black clearance. Day had a run of 57 on the way to drawing level at 1-1. Since though, he hasn't scored a point. So by my reckoning, that's 203 unanswered points from Mr. Trump.
99.
And this for back-to-back tons. No crowd, that's why no applause, but there should be.
106. 108.
As we said, no pressure on him before the start of this match. His place in the semi-finals already guaranteed. But boy, has he made this look easy, second nature.
115. 120.
Ryan Day's group matches have now reached their conclusion.
100.
He needs other results to go his way to make the semi-finals, but Judd Trump is there, and boy, he's through in style, isn't he? 105 break in the previous frame, missed the 14th black with a possible 147 on. It was tough considering the position of the remaining balls, but he didn't dwell on the fact he didn't quite make the maximum. What does he do? Come back in the next frame, makes 133 total clearance.